What is up? We are back. I don't even know how to start this vlog. I'm kind of out of it again, but I will say this is how we'll start this freaking thing. I'm hydrated today, boy. I'm hydrated. I'll tell you what. I've got like this liter. I ought to show y'all sometime. I feel like I have in the past. Maybe it's in one of the past videos, but I've got this like full liter glass bottle that I just keep by the sink. I've just been filling that bad boy up, and I figure, hey, if I fill that up 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening after the workout, we'll be good, right? We got 3 in, and I believe that's 33 ounces in a liter, so it's about 100 ounces in, not to mention the pre-workout and the caffeinated beverages and the Sprite Zero I drank earlier. So we should be good to go. Only bad news is I ate a little bit high. I've been eating a little bit high calorie this past week. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been kind of all over the place with it. But I've done some math. We're down 10 pounds since roughly the start of this year, you know? So the thing about cutting is this is how it goes. You'll be kind of going through phases of motivation, unmotivation, motivation, unmotivation. And it's like, obviously you guys see me showing up every day, right? But that slight difference of how you do in that calorie variation can make such a big difference in your progress. Because another thing you guys got to keep in mind is you're going to be burning even less calories as you go deeper into a cut. And that's simply because you weigh less, right? So I weigh 10 pounds less than I did at the beginning of this year, right? So that means imagine me carrying around a 10-pound backpack everywhere with me all the time. I'd be burning more calories, right? That's the difference. So something you got to keep in mind there is if you're in a calorie deficit, we need to not just go willy-nilly into the cut and keep dropping calories, but like you need to observe when you're kind of sticking a little bit, and that could be a week or two, you know, and you have to have the patience to deal with that. And that's where people really struggle, is they have zero patience with this because it sucks, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's worth it. It's always worth it. So the reality is, if I do the exact same thing I've been doing and actually stick to it and delve deep into it, over the course of the next, 60 or so days, I'll drop another 10 pounds, and then we'll really be seeing some differences. I did a slight little side-by-side, which I posted on my Instagram story. By the time you guys see this, it's probably already gone. I'm probably not going to repost it. Probably not going to post it anywhere again for a little bit. Or I might, I don't know. But if you want to see that stuff, you better be following me on Instagram. I'm telling y'all, I'm dropping stuff there really first, or TikTok too. I do that too. But it'll be on those stories. You guys watch those stories. Anywho, we got trap bar deadlifts today. That's the only main thing on my agenda. And we're gonna watch it. We're gonna see how she goes, you know. Make sure I don't re-pull that hammy. But I think another thing we're gonna start doing a little bit more often is adding some more adduction and abduction in. And we're probably gonna do like one day and one the other day. Like literally, like back and forth, back and forth. I think that internal external rotation in the hip is what I need to do. If you guys are confused what I'm talking about, basically the good girl, bad girl machines. If you don't know what those are, that's what one of my clients called it that a long time ago. Shout out Seth. And I've never forgot that, because that's exactly that's exactly what it is. But the thing about it is, for me, I think that was directly involved for what happened with my hammy, you know. So I think we fixed that. We fixed a lot of problems. And to be honest, that those people don't realize that's the kind of stuff you need for like kicking the bag too. It's just that because I'm mainly an orthodox fighter, my right leg has a lot more rotation. I just don't throw as many kicks with my left leg. I just don't. And I knew that. So that's probably a big part of what it is. Throw more kicks with my left leg, honestly, but I got to be very careful with it. And I've been doing that, honestly. Honestly, I hate when I do that. Dude, I get these spells of just saying the same word over and over again. Because I'm looking around also. I'm trying to make sure I'm not going to hit anybody with my freaking truck, you know? But anyways, we're here. I'm gonna do trap bar deadlifts. We probably are gonna go ahead and do trap bar shrugs since we'll probably have it set up right there. Trap bar shrugs are honestly very mint. I love them just because the way your shoulders can get, and you can put a lot of weight on it. Dumbbells you can do that too, but dumbbells you can only go so heavy. You know what I mean? Which I don't know how heavy we'll go with these anyways today. But that said, those. I don't know, we really slammed the back yesterday, so we don't really have to slam that again. I do think we're going to hit some flies for sure. Probably throw in some Arnold presses. I know you guys are sick of me doing those, but I like them. I'm telling y'all, I've been doing them for a very long time. I throw them in all the time. You know what, actually? Ooh, I had an idea. We might do this. Ooh, I've never done this before. Why don't we do like a giant set again? I've been liking those a lot. This has to remain a giant set. There's a cat over there rolling around. I didn't know. I thought there was a dead animal for a second. Oh man, I'm all over the place today. Damn, it's a pretty cat. It's cute. Anyways, I'm thinking flies, like chest flies. Probably incline because that's what I really feel like I need. I think I talked to you guys about that last time. Then do instead of doing front raises, because you guys know I don't do a lot of front raises anymore just because we do so much bag work. We'll do regular flies, side raises, and then rear delt flies. I think that's a good giant set. I've never done it, so we're gonna try that today. Tomorrow's gonna be push focus full body, so the chest is gonna get hit tomorrow really hard. So that's why we're not too prioritized on it. I'm really mainly a big thing I've been going for is my back. So we'll throw some of that in, and then I don't know. We'll go through it and kind of see what's available. They've been kind of adding a ridiculous amount of machines and then moving them around, so I don't know what's available. For example, there's a new squat machine they have in there. I don't even know what it's called. I think someone said it was like a goblin squat. I don't know. I might be remembering that wrong. It was a very strange name. I was eyeballing it down actually yesterday when we were doing yesterday's workout, and I want to throw it in because it looks very interesting, but I have no idea how it works. So again, we're going to go in there and we're going to see kind of what's going on in there, and then I'll pull you guys out and we'll start the trap bar deadlifts. All right, we are going to keep this incredibly light today. I did a few already. In fact, I've already done this weight, but I feel it didn't hurt, but I can feel it pulling in a certain way. And I think it's just a deadlift variation. So we're just gonna have to take it we're just gonna have to feel our way out with it. Let's just see. I'm hoping that with a few sets, because obviously it's not very heavy, but I'm just getting used to the movement. The nervous system will kind of go, okay, this is what we're doing. But also at the same time, it just simply needs to be recovered. It feels tight, but it feels okay. Okay. So yeah, it's wearing it out for sure. I really don't know if we need to go higher than this. I don't want to play around with it. Well, we're going to increase the amount of reps we do. I'm not going to play around with that, but we're still hitting it, obviously. So we'll do 2 more sets of like 10. If it feels okay, 15. But that last one I did, it started kind of pulling a little bit. And I know I'm just kind of being a little baby about it right now, but I've hurt this hamstring twice. You got to give it to me. All right, let's try and get 10 of these in. Just 10. We're not going to push it past 10. If
feel stuff popping around back there. It doesn't hurt, but it makes me nervous. We'll see. We're gonna keep it very, an eye on it. Just keep on letting it do its thing. I feel like I've been doing a lot of good foam rolling work on it, so I'm just keep doing that. And you know, with the adduction and abduction, I'm hoping that'll do a big part of that. And when I warm up, I focus on doing a lot of like kicks with this leg too. So hopefully that's good warm up for that. Amongst other things, there are other exercises I kind of do for that. I'm gonna try and keep my knees bent. That might have been the move with those. Felt good, good squeeze. We're still absolutely gonna do those shrugs with this. So I'm just gonna move y'all around so it looks different. Here's a good dieting tip for y'all too, especially if you're busy. Track your calories either at the beginning of the day or the night before with the food you have at home and you know you have at home. It's going to help you a lot with staying within your calorie range and protein range without going crazy, because it's going to eliminate all the decisions you could potentially be making going in the wrong decision. Learn that. I mean, I knew that, right? But for me, I kept making the same mistake of just being like, no, I don't have to do that. I can just go ahead and just track as I want to. And guys, no matter what I do, every time I track the day of or the day before, instead of making the decision in the moment, I always do better with my diet because I'm not making decisions. I already know what I'm supposed to be eating, right? Gotta get that locked back in. I think that's what's gonna help me get from 215, which is rough. I weighed in at 216 this morning, but from that to 205, I think that, especially with trying to keep as much muscle as I can, I think that's gonna be like the biggest factor. So I'm gonna try and do that every single day. And again, I'll do like days of eating and let you guys kind of see how I'm eating. A lot of it's gonna be very similar because I need to just kind of stop thinking about food in general and just eat whenever I'm supposed to eat and treat it. You really, as crazy as it sounds, you gotta treat it a little bit like a chore instead of like something you enjoy. It just helps switch the mindset. Like a lot of the way you identify food is really ingrained in like you enjoying it, you thinking about it for pleasure, and that's not, first of all, that's not health. That's not a good, healthy mindset. That's what keeps people fat, right? But like at the same time, it is that thing because one, we've kind of made food that way. You know, if you just kind of took a lot of the food from the forest and, you know, like farm and stuff like that and just ate it straight up without seasoning it and frying it and adding all this sugar to it and all that stuff, it wouldn't taste so good that you just ate too much of it. Whereas, like, you just get a bag of Doritos, it's so easy to crush a whole bag of Doritos. Like, so easy. But, all that being said, the big thing is, like, the way you associate food. And, like, you may hear this thing of, like, food is fuel, not pleasure. And that's a better mindset about it. Like, if you can view it that way, it'll keep you from, like, getting too, like, attached to it. And because, let's be real, dude, I mean, it's a very attaching thing. You do everything with food. Like, you socialize with food, you eat with family, you know, even alcohol is that way for a lot of people, you know, socialization and stuff. But you just got to be super aware. That's the kind of stuff that, I mean, it just leads you to a grave early. Let me get my chest up. I'm trying to really focus here. Yeah, those feel great, honestly. Like, really good. They also feel like they're stretching me out. And I think when we do those flies in an incline, like a really big incline, like borderline almost like shoulder press incline, I think that's going to also help open this up too, which is something I feel like I need. I think what we're gonna do today is just high volume stuff, which is gonna be solid. That looks like it was off. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Yeah, we're definitely making that hamstring tired. I can feel it back there. So we gotta be just aware, just not super heavy or anything. But most of everything else we'll do is either seated or like upper body based. Oh man, that is stretching me in ways that I've needed for like weeks. And I think it's mainly because I'm doing it lighter weight, honestly. That's a blessing in disguise. We need to do that more often. All right, let's finish these up. Making me tired. Oh. There we go. All right. Oh, in my grip. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this chest and shoulder superset going. All right, we're actually gonna use this fly machine. I tested it out already. And it feels pretty good. So we're gonna do 10, 10, 10, 10 flies, 10 side raises. Come on, zipper. Whatever. These are gym shorts. You may have noticed wearing some freaking flip-flops. That was a error on my half. But we're here. I'm also starting to realize, man, I really need to start working on my left side. It's just not the same as my right. Oh, this stretch is good though. Goodness me. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. And then just using some quick little 10s on these side raises. Trying to keep it relatively light. Yeah, those shoulders are starting to pop, man. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but they are usually the first things that start really showing the cut, you know. Boy, me oh my. starting to feel tired. Just real sleepy, man. I plan on only doing one more set because I did do a full set for full giant set for warm up, trying to see how everything was. So that'll technically be 3, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do for core. I was actually kind of thinking we could go ahead and hit some. Good Lord. Hit some arms real quick. And we hit biceps yesterday. I'm thinking we might do some overhead tricep extensions, one arm at a time. Because, dude, like, the size difference in my arms is crazy. It's crazy. That's probably something that's, I could tell too when I'm doing this. I can feel like myself correcting it because I got a mirror in front of me. Y'all can't see it. But, like, when I'm doing it, I can see in the mirror that I'm even, but it feels like I'm uneven. And I can feel it pulling in here, so there's some tightness in here that's causing some imbalance. So that's the stuff we gotta work on. Well, let's see, this is why it's important to cut too, man. So a lot of the time when you're cutting, just start noticing more like things you haven't noticed before, like imbalances, stuff that you need to work on, because the fat was just covering it up. You know what I mean? That's just the reality. Okay. Okay. Let me try to move it over just a little bit. There we go. Oh my gosh. Dude, that destroyed me. Oh. Ugh. That hurt. Not in a bad way, just it hurt. Goodness me, man. Okay. Dude, I'm starting to get so tired. You know what it is too? I'm just hungry. I'm hungry. All right. Let me figure out what the heck we're gonna do for core. I'm gonna go ahead and get the abduction done. I'm not gonna record that, but I will record the abs. So we're gonna go ahead and do a cardio acceleration circuit with the abs. Smooth. We're not going to try and go speed. We're only going to do 2 sets back to back, but double knee taps, Dynamax ball, hanging knee raises, 10-10, 2 rounds, no break. Make it simple. Make it very simple. And hopefully I'm in frame. But I will tell you this. Hat's going to go off, so that way I'm not worried about it flopping around all over the place. That felt awful. In a good way. As good as I can possibly mean it. But we're done. I mean, I still gotta do back work and stretch and all that good stuff, but I hit abduction. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, I hit that abduction. I also did some dumbbell, very light, like 20 pounds. Dumbbell overhead tricep extensions. That's gotta be thrown back in. I actually think that's, even though it's technically like a bodybuilding exercise, I think for my shoulder mobility on this side, when I throw my jab, like I throw it so much, it's my most frequently thrown punch, that I've developed a lot of like tight muscle in here. And it's strong, it's stronger than this side, but it's creating like a imbalance basically in my shoulder. And I can physically feel it when I do that. Like I can feel it stretching here. So we'll need to throw those in as well. But good things to work on while cutting and recovering from a hamstring pull, I guess is what we'll call it. But like I said, I got to get this stuff done and then I'll pull you guys back out in the car.
Alrighty, we are done. It was a very decent workout. Honestly, I felt like that was the most we've gotten in like a week, so that's good. I actually got a lot of steps up today too, so everything is going exactly as I want it to. And like I said, we already tracked the calories for the day, and it's going to be like right at 2,500. So everything's good for the day. Water's good. Like, couldn't be better, right? I still feel like I want a nap. I still definitely could go for some shut-eye, but I think that's the only thing that's a little bit off is I'm a little sleep deprived, but I'll get that rocking and rolling tonight, make sure I'm getting plenty of sleep. In fact, as far as what I plan on eating when I get home is I don't think I got anything down to eat. It's more so liquids, protein shakes. I guess I could switch out some protein bars if I really wanted to. I might go ahead and do that just because I want to, but not a lot before dinner. And then dinner is just beef and rice. Beef and fried rice. So, nothing too eventful. A lot of the same shit you guys have seen me eat over and over and over again. I'll add a little bit more variety here and there. Like, I need to get the Fiber One brownies back into action. That is a must. I gotta say, my fiber is gonna be slacking the next couple days because I don't have those. And those could very easily just replace, like, honestly, some protein bar. I mean, I'm gonna be over my protein goal today. I think it's like 218 calories. I'll look when I get home because we're doing like a full day of eating video today. But I gotta say, y'all, when it comes down to like tracking your stuff accurately, and not just that, when it comes down to sticking to your diet, I'm telling you, track your calories the day before or that morning based off the foods you have at home, right? Or meal prepped or whatever. But if you leave it up to decision of the day, like you're gonna track your calories as you're going throughout the day and eating, I promise you, temptation is going to take over. I assure you that, okay? So if you want to actually get the goals and not be frustrated because you keep messing up your diet, that's your number one thing you need to work on, is just simply track your calories earlier on in the day, all of them. And then it's just as simple as don't eat outside the parameters. You know for a fact if you eat outside of those parameters that you are fucking up. And it's a lot easier for you to decide no to that than from like a point of indecision. You know what I mean? But I digressed. I know how it goes when it comes down to this dieting stuff. Listen, this is a hard ass shit thing to do, y'all. I mean, because it just requires so much time and patience, and I think a majority of the population doesn't have that. And that being said, I know that if that's the case, and I'm saying this, telling you guys all this stuff, I know that only a small section of you guys are actually going to follow through with it. But I assure you, I've been doing this for a long, long time, over a decade. helping people do this. And I assure you, you follow it, you will see results. That's why I preach it. But you got to follow it, you got to trust it, and you got to be patient. But it's easier said than done. I understand. Man, look at that sun. It's so nice to have some sunshine out, man. I really want to go outside, but I got to go home and do a live stream for the peeps. So I haven't been doing them as much on the channel, just because it takes a little bit to set up, and honestly, it's a little bit it's just a little bit complicated for what I'm trying to do right now. And honestly, it might be better for me to do it in the morning time. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna try and figure some stuff out with that. One thing I'm gonna be doing next week is doing a lot of like resetting some systems up, including that one, you know, the live stream system, because I need to make sure I'm doing live streams with you guys, but I just gotta find like a good time to do it, you know what I mean? And honestly, I feel like doing it in the morning time, setting my day up, because I used to do it that way. It works better, but you know, every time I switch something up, things get crazy. But I'll debate on it. I'll put some polls up, and maybe you guys can go vote on it or something like that. If I do, it's going to be on the Instagram, so make sure you guys go follow me on the Instagram. Cannot stress that enough. But we're almost home. That's all for the day. Tomorrow, we're either going to be working out at the Lift gym, my dad's gym, or the same gym, or we could do an at-home workout. You never know. But the main agenda is going to be push focus, so we're going to focus on some push and full body. But I'll see you guys then. Peace!